It's your boy Minute. Welcome to the Vendetta Army.
What's happening, guys? What's going on? How you doing? Good morning, good evening. It's your boy, Big Will Minute, back with another review. This time, it's Clash of the Champions. Know I'm a little late, but had some things going on, as you can hear. Got a new kitten, because last kitten we had passed, and everybody was distraught. So we had to get another one, between the other cats and people in the house. So, had that going on. And I just hadn't got around to doing it. Didn't know if I was even going to do it. I was like, you know what? I've been doing all the rest of them. Didn't even do a Raw talk this week. We may do something for SmackDown later on today. Got to get with Dre, see if we're going to do that. But let's get to this pay-per-view. First of all, the pre-show, it's a damn good pre-show. It started out with, of course, a 205 Live match, like they always do. When they ever going to put these guys on the main show, I don't know, because they always put on quality matches. Little notes here, it was for the title, of course, Cruiserweight title, between Dorado, Gulak, and Sierra. I'm pronouncing his name wrong. New Latino guy. My little notes, I said it was a good match like always. Please let these guys on the main show. And all in all, Drew Gallagher won with a German suplex. But it was a highly entertaining match. Dorado from a Lucha House Party really showed out, considering that most people who don't watch 205 Live probably only seen him when he's with the Lucha House Party. But dude can go. You got Grand Melatique, who's the king of the ropes. Everybody know about Kalisto. He had his little run before. And then Dorado. He wears that little mask with the fur on the side of it. Dude got skills. He put on a great show. I highly suggest you guys at least check out some 205 Live, either on the internet or maybe check it out. I believe it comes on Tuesdays on the WWE Network. Check it out, because these guys can go. And Drew Gulak, he's a great performer, considering he doesn't have that style, but he has the weight. And he does a great job in that German suit. When the last time you saw somebody win a match with a German suplex to a bridge for a pin? Old school. Highly entertaining match. I'm tired of them being on the pre-show. And speaking of being on the pre-show, AJ Styles and Cedric Alexander for the U.S. title. Because, of course, this is Clash of Champions, so every title has to be defended. But you put AJ Styles on the pre-show against Cedric Alexander, who's been killing it. You put them on the pre-show? Really? So that was my first note, was why the hell is this match on the pre-show? This match would be better than most matches on the card, and it was. By far. This would have been top 3 match on the card, and it was on the pre-show. Another thing, Cedric Alexander from North Carolina, and we all know if you from the hometown, you probably not gonna win. Said he did represent with the Charlotte Hornets colors on. His ring gear was nice, representing the hometown. He got a huge pop, but come on, hometown boys never win. It was almost a squash match. As soon as the bell started, said he hit AJ with a Michinoku driver and got a real close near fall. I was almost like, oh shit, are they about to do this? Are they about to squash AJ? That would have, AJ, you should have did that. You'd have got mad respect for the wrestling world. You already got respect now, but if you'd have, did the job for Seti, then you could have played it off like it was luck, blah blah blah. And you could have been chasing him and da. Could have been a nice angle, but they didn't do it. It was 15 minutes, and I would like to see them do more than 15. I know 15 is a pretty respectable number for a match, but these guys can go at least 20, 25. You know, AJ hit the phenomenal forearm, then the Styles Clash, and then said he got beat down by the OC, and nobody came in to help. You know, hometown boy gets done in. Happens every time. People should be used to it by now. Then the main card started. The first match, of course, because of course Rollins and Braun are going to be fighting for the title. They had to be first, or at least close to first, to get this match out the way for the Raw Tag Titles. Them against Bobby Roode and my bad, Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. It was a okay match. You know, you can tell they were trying to get it out of the way. You know, they pretty much tried to isolate Rollins. Of course, what you do when you got a big man, you want to keep Braun Strowman out of the ring. Isolate Rollins. Let Rollins and Ziggler and Roode do most of the work, because you know, Braun in the ring with small guys, there's only so much you can do. You know, he's gonna run him over, throw him around. It makes for a more entertaining match if you have Rollins in there, and then do a hot tag to Braun, which happened. Braun came in, destroying, running people over, and then they did a little, you know, you got to get the drama. So he ran, I think it was Ziggler into Rollins, and then that causes a daze. They somehow get rid of Braun, and then Roode hits the glorious DDT on Rollins for the win. So, like me and Dre said, you know, they found a gem with this tag team, just like Cesaro and Sheamus from back in the day. They found a nice little gem, so they got the belts now, which I'm okay with, because Rollins and Braun should have never had the straps anyway. Maybe this is something that the tag team division is on the come up maybe now, because you got two quality performers holding the tag team belts. So we'll see what happens there. They kind of lost the crowd with the match though, you know, because the crowd was still pretty high from the AJ and City match, which was on the pre-show. So they was expecting a lot. You know, Braun came out, you know, Seth, you know, burn it down, you know, they was hype. And then towards the end, they kind of went into a lull. This crowd was not the best crowd. Expect a lot more from you, North Carolina. But so I had me on here miscommunication. So that caused the drama. Oh, what's gonna happen? And they talked to Braun backstage about it, and he basically was like, you know, he ready for his match. You know, Seth gonna get these hands. You know, you gonna get that belt. You know, so then you had the SmackDown title match between the New Day and the Revival, and this match, it was of course, you know, everybody was expecting Woods not even to be around because of the leg injury. So of course, you know, he has to sell the leg injury, which therefore let me know that they wasn't winning. He came out with a brace on, and you know the way the Revival style is, they're like old school brainbusters. They pick out a part and they destroy it, and with that big target on his leg, you knew what was going to happen. So of course, Woods spent most of the match knocked out. They took him outside, so he was on the ground for most of the match. So it was Big E doing most of the work. Of course, Big E, you know, doing his thing, but you know, 2-on-1, nobody to tag. You know, the Revival getting all their old school work in, old school heel tag team wrestling. Every time E would make a comeback or get an opportunity for a tag, of course, Woods isn't there. He's in the corner. When they finally do tag Woods in, he does some solid offense, some solid work, you know, because Woods has gotten a whole lot better in the ring. You know, he hit all his regular stuff, you know, the honor roll, hit everything except his elbow drop from the second turnbuckle. But they finally isolated him and went back to the knee. He was selling the mess out of that. Woods, he always sells being in pain really well. So once they isolated that knee, it was pretty much murder she wrote. They hit the whatever, I can't believe the finishers escaping me. They hit their finisher, and then instead of pinning him, they took the brace down, hooked it inverted figure four, and made Woods tap out. So Revival was your new tag champs. I was like, damn. Which, you mean, as a New Day fan, I was like, damn. But you know, he showed the leg injury. You know what's gonna happen. You know, So, not saying it was a protected because he straight tapped out, you know. But next you got the Fire and Desire versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Before this match even started, you had a 24/7 run in, which lets you know that they pretty much shitted all over this match. If you're on a pay-per-view, Clash of Champions, every title is defended. You got your women's tag titles out there. They about to start their match, and R-Truth and them run in, and Alexa Bliss rolls R-Truth up and gets a 2 count. So what if she would have became the 24/7 champion in the middle of her title defense? Come on now. Total disrespect to the women's tag team division. It was a decent match. Of course, they got the whole angle going on with Nikki Cross and Mandy Rose. Mandy calling her ugly, And Nikki Cross, she had nice and aggressive. Oh, Alexa Bliss came out looking like Harley Quinn. She was real nice. That was a nice outfit. But this match, I enjoyed it. I had no problems with it. For it to be, especially considering the women's division how it is right now. Certain wrestlers should not be in the ring, and it's blatantly obvious. Like they still need work, but they was managed to put this entertaining match together, and I actually enjoyed it. A cross net breaker in the corner on Mandy for the win by Nikki Cross. I'm pretty sure that Alexa Bliss suffered some type of concussion or was hurt or something, or she just sold it really well because she spent most of that match, like I think she did some type of move on the outside and may have bumped her head or did something to where she looked out of it. Even at first I was like, well, maybe they're trying to sell it, but she didn't really celebrate. She took her a while to get her bearings back. So I think something happened with her, but then the next night she came out. It seemed fine, so I don't know. Maybe it was just part of the story or something. But I thought she was hurt. But maybe a concussion. I don't know. But then, like I said, if it was a concussion, she was there to. Maybe it was a mild concussion because she wrestled the very next night. Next we had the Intercontinental title match between The Miz and Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura and the Intercontinental title are finally back on the main show. So good for that. That deserves a rock clap right there. About time you put the Intercontinental title back on the main show. Sami Zayn, dumbass, grabs the mic and he's pretty much called the live mic that they use when they're doing promos, and was pretty much calling the match for the first 2 minutes. I'm glad and somebody cut his mic. I don't know if he was supposed to do that or if that was part of the story. Because if he'd have kept doing that the whole match, oh my God. And you could tell it was kind of bothering them in the ring, because that's what makes me think it was supposed to happen, because they were kind of doing weak sauce moves in the ring during that time. Kind of it was bothering them. They couldn't really get into their groove because you got this loud voice over the speakers. So once the mic was cut, then they got into the match. And they actually, considering that Shinsuke Nakamura is one of the greatest wrestlers in our time right now, worldwide, no matter what they're doing to him in the WWE. I was impressed with Miz able to go with it for a little bit. They put on an entertaining match. If they can have a lot more chemistry with, I don't know if this angle is done or not, I would like to see them wrestle again or wrestle more, because the two styles match, and Miz was able to put on a good match. Of course, Shinsuke wins with the Kinshasa. But he set it up well. He teased it a few times. Miz was able to get out of it a few times, avoid it. His moves get real near falls, where I thought Miz was probably going, because Miz is going after, I think, his 10th Intercontinental title. I was like, man. But Sami Zayn was doing the classic heel manager thing, which gave Shinsuke the openings that he needed to pick up the win. I like Sami as a manager. I don't know if they were going that route for him, but hey, if Sami ends up, I don't know if he's hurt or something, or got some medical issues, or they just don't got nothing for him to do. But if they want to stick with this, he makes a good manager. Good classic heel manager, interrupting, being the mouthpiece, especially for a foreigner, like they used to do back in the day. They had the foreign wrestlers. They really couldn't speak our language that well. They give them a mouthpiece. Hey, let Tammy do it. I'm okay with it. Okay. This one, I'm gonna read to you what I wrote. This is the Raw Women's title, Sasha Banks versus that person. Because I'm about to be done speaking about all her matches. Just so you know, I'm like completely over this angle. I'm completely over her. Her. Okay, I'm gonna get into it. This is what I wrote. I know the fake man with 4 moves is going to win. A fake run from spot to spot. So fuck this match. I just hope Banks can make it watchable. That's what I wrote before the match even started. What I mean by fake run is that little run like an angry kid that she does when she's from spot to set up matches. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. What I write? I said Sasha carried this whole match. Becky did 4 moves. It had to turn it into a street fight to get any offense gets disqualified. Whack, whack, whack. And what I mean by that is that Becky Lynch did 4 moves. I counted them. I don't count moves off the turnbuckle. I'm counting like actually in the ring wrestling moves. She did 4. Technically 5, but two of them were exploders, so I only counted it as 1. She did a modified exploder or Bexploder. Then she did an actual Bexploder, exploder, whatever you want to call it. She did 4 moves. And this was a pretty lengthy match. Like when they were in the ring doing wrestling stuff, she did 4 moves. Sasha carried this match. Like I said, I hope Sasha makes the match watchable. She did. She made the match watchable. Becky Lynch sucks. But the crowd loves her. They love the whole angle. She's on the cover of the new game. She has all the merch out. Everybody loves the man. Stone Cold endorsed her. Blah, blah, blah. They had to take the match up to the outside and went all around the stadium. Ketchup and mustard on the concessions, up and down the aisle. She put the her little weak ass little arm move on the in the aisle on the turnstile, whatever it's called. It was just, and then the crowd, within the crowd, yeah, and I was like, dude, you don't realize what you watching? The actual wrestling part, because it wasn't a street fight match. The ref took a bump and was out for like the whole time they were out in the crowd around the stadium. The ref is out. Miss me with that bullshit, man. And they ate it up. But when it ended with a disqualification, Becky is declared the winner, and they raise her hand. She didn't get the pop she normally gets. People were a little upset because there were a lot of people behind Sasha. I think this man thing is starting to run a little thin, especially when you got something like that where she don't do anything in the match until you take it backstage. And now you got to watch a monitor and watch her pretty much just run around, throw punches, throw kicks, use out weapons and condiments to make your match entertainable. Come on, man. People are not stupid, but apparently they are. On to the next match. We get the WWE Championship match between Randy Orton and Kofi Kingston. Now, leading up to this match, the way the storytelling was going, everybody knows that Kofi reenacted his Madison Square Garden thing by, you need to stop. Well, come here. Come here then. Hey, your kitty. Hey, your kitty. Over there crying. Maybe you'll hush now so I can do my video. Recreating his boom drop on the table. And I was like, man, that's a little excessive for a go-home show. I was like, yeah, Kofi ain't winning. If they let him destroy Randy like that at Madison Square Garden to end the show. So that's what I wrote. I wrote, I don't think Kofi is winning. It was a great run, and I'm extremely proud of him and happy to say that I'm a fan. Because I thought, yeah, they finally going to let Randy take the belt off of Kofi. You know what I'm saying? I thought this was it. But Kofi won clean. Trouble in Paradise, won clean. I was like, wow. I couldn't believe it. I mean, he hit the Trouble in Paradise. I mean, I don't even think he took. Well, he did take an RKO and kicked out. And I was like, wow. So I mean, kudos to Kofi, man. I was like, wow, he actually won this feud to Randy Orton. He actually won it. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Which I didn't think. Totally surprised me because I just knew Kofi was losing this. So kudos to Kofi, man. I mean, the match, this is like the 5th time these guys have wrestled, so I don't got to go into what the match was. It's what it always is. I mean, when people wrestle this much, there ain't too much deviation you can do, especially if it's a regular match. They both got their stuff in. They both countered each other's stuff. Kofi took a lot of punishment. Randy, teases the punt. Kofi moves, blah, blah, blah. Nobody interfered. It was a straight up clean win for Kofi over Randy Orton. I mean, wow. And where did oh yeah, I did skip it. I forgot the SmackDown Women's Title match between Bayley and Charlotte. I was just realizing that was almost at the end of my notes, and I said, man, I didn't talk about the SmackDown Women's Title. With the heel, not heel Bayley. I'm telling you, I love Bayley as a heel. She's still trying to come out. But it's almost like when she comes out to do the Bayley Buddies, it's almost mockingly, They're still cheering her. She gets some boos, but I mean, she's been selling way too much merch and loves the kids too much for them to completely turn on her. Plus, she's not like really dissing the fans either. So that's why I say heel, not heel. But her stuff she does in the ring is so heelish. So heelish. And announcers were trying their hardest to try to put her over as a heel. To try to make them, make the crowd not like her anymore, Like Byron turning on her. Byron had nothing good to say about her, and Corey saying all the good stuff about her, which is the total opposite of how it used to be. That's how they're trying their best to really push Bayley as a heel. But Charlotte completely dominated this match. Like, Bayley did no offense. None at all. Charlotte is dominating the match. Plus, she's a hometown girl, But what happens? Bayley is getting beat down in the corner. Charlotte being super aggressive, so the ref backs her out. Bayley undoes the bottom turnbuckle. Charlotte comes back in. Ref distracted. She boom, puts Charlotte's face right into the exposed turnbuckle. Gets the 3 count and runs out of the ring. Classic chicken heel shit. And Bayley did it. Loved it. Completely loved it. I am okay with that. Nothing bad to say about that. That was classic chicken heel shit that Bayley did, because she's a fan and a student of the game, and she knows how to do every aspect of it. Good job. Bayley did a flat out old school Miz, Chris Jericho, all the old school chicken shit heels. She did that, which was amazing. I can't believe she did that. Another hometown fails. Like I said, hometown, you're never gonna win. I think the only person to actually do it was Naomi when she won the Battle Royal in Orlando at WrestleMania. But that's it. The Street Profits are absolutely the best thing that they do when they cut to the backstage. Street Profits, I think they was it this? Yeah, I think it was on this one where they did it with Booker T. Man. Maybe that was Monday. I don't know. I got it confused. But they Street Profits, man, they're golden. So they had another amazing promo. Now we have Roman and Erick Rowan. No DQ. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I wrote. I put, damn. See, this is why people turn on Roman. No need for this match to be the pre-main event. There's no need. This is not for the only match that's not for a title, and you put it on the second to last match. See, this is why people be hating on Roman, man. because you put him in a spot like that, and it's like, why? There's no need for it. It could have easily, not first, of course not first, but it could have went on like in the middle, or even, but before. At least they got all the. It wasn't, to put it on before Kofi and Randy. I mean, after Kofi and Randy. It made no sense, but it ended up being a good match. It ended up being a damn good match. It was a typical no DQ match. You know what I'm saying? They beat the hell out of each other. Two big ass dudes beating the hell out of each other. And to be honest, I went to the bathroom. Because I see no need for this angle. But that was my fault because, I went back and rewatched it. It actually was a good match. The highlight of the match, though, but they did make Rowan look strong. He was looking super strong. The strongest they ever made him look. They're making a real good push with Erick Rowan, and I'm okay with it. But the highlight of the match was Luke Harper showed up. And Luke Harper and Erick Rowan destroyed Roman Reigns and got the Iron Claw for the win after a discus clothesline for Luke Harper. So the crowd went ballistic because everybody knows who follows that there's been some serious drama going on with Luke Harper. His contract was up, but they won't let him leave. So he was just like, screw it, he's not going to TV. He was like saying like the same line over and over again every time he talks on Twitter. Kind of like the whole Marshawn Lynch, I'm just here so I don't get fined. It was damn near like that. He was just saying the same thing over and over again every time he would post on his Twitter. And that's even been silent for a while. So it's like, when people forgot about it, it's like, oh snap, Luke Harper's here. So, them two back together, Bludgeon Brothers. And they destroyed Roman. So I was like, wow. And that's how it ended. That was it. It ended with that. No help from Roman. They just destroyed him, and it was over. And I was like, damn. Okay, is this what we doing? So that was the crowd was like, okay. The crowd was into that. So I'm totally okay with that. So that's how we getting some Wyatt family love going on here. You know what I'm saying? Even though Braun lost, but you got Braun on the show, Luke on the show, Erick on the show. Could the Fiend be on the show too? But then we get Seth Rollins versus Braun Strowman. It started out as similar to how Seth has beat Brock twice when nobody else could. And how did he do it? The same way he tried to do it with Braun. Same strategy. It was just insert Braun Strowman instead of Brock Lesnar and take away the suplexes. And that's what this match was. Except it went on longer. So the highlight of the match was the Monster Among Men. Big Ass did a frog splash, which in slow motion looked amazing. Like you go internet, YouTube, probably I think they had it on their Twitter. Go look at that because that was amazing. His big ass flying through the air. Like he almost messed up his knees in the process though, and I think they used that as a selling point too. But Seth had to hit him with the curb stomp, kick out, curb stomp, kick out, curb stomp, kick out. Then pedigree, curb stomp, win. I was like, wow, that was a little excessive. You know what I'm saying? A little excessive. I was like, wow. And they kind of wasn't completely behind Seth either. So I'm pretty sure, they Becky and Seth didn't get the huge pops they normally get after they win a match. So I don't know. Maybe we finally gonna get our wish, and this whole man and the man's man thing is finally gonna be over. But as Seth is leaving the ring to celebrate, lights go out. Yowie wowie. The Fiend shows up. Mandible Claw ends the show with the Fiend standing over Seth Rollins. The Wyatt family's back, people. Maybe not all together, but they all there. So I'm totally okay with it. Anytime Becky or Seth can look like fools, I'm okay with it. So all in all, this pay-per-view, I enjoyed it. Give it a solid B minus. Give it a solid B minus. I enjoyed it. Nothing bad to say about it. Get a chance, you got the network, definitely go check it out. Or you could probably, after a while, you could probably find some of the matches on somebody's YouTube channel. Somebody will break rules and put like a little snippet of highlights together. We can go check it out. But I think it's worth watching. It was good, you know. Wasn't nothing really bad happened. There was nothing that I was like, oh my God, what the hell, that match, da da da. You know, again, the 205 Live match, they deserve to be on the main show. I'm tired of them being on the pre-show. There's no reason for AJ Styles to be on the pre-show. Actually, the only two bad things I had to say about it was those two matches not being on the main roster, on the main show. They could have easily put the way they did a run-in of the 24/7 title during the women's tag match. They could have put that on the pre-show. Yeah, they could have put that on the pre-show and then put AJ Styles and Seti on the main show. I still don't see anything to take off to put 205 Live on, or just add another match. You know, but whatever. Me and Apollo, I'd like to thank y'all for watching the video. Make sure y'all hit the like button so he'll stop crying. Climbing up my shirt, hit the like button. Subscribe, share, hit us on our social media. Down there at the bottom, Minute Brewer, Big Brew 316 on Mixer, William Minute Brewer, Facebook, Minute 316 on Twitter. Oh, listen to him. He love you guys. But till then, peace, hair grease, and everything like that. Deuces.